This video covers leave of absence, that is concessions or entitlement in the Code of Conduct for teachers. Now, before we begin to talk about these leave concessions or entitlement, let's examine the definition of concession. Now, what is a concession? According to a definition in Google, concessions can be defined as a thing that is granted, most in cases especially in response to demands. Now, in those teaching professions, teachers are granted different types of leave. One of such leave is the sick leave or the medical. Now, a teacher with less than 1 year of service may be granted no more than 1 month of sick leave on full or half pay. A teacher with more than a year of service may be granted 1 month of sick leave on full pay, plus an extension of 2 months of half pay. Teachers may also be granted extension of 5 months of sick leave with half pay if he or she has less than 1 month leave in any of 3 years immediately once the application is submitted for such. Another concessions that may be granted to teacher is the MSL, what we also know as the manager's sick leave. Now, this is a 3-day sick leave that can be taken for the school year, covering September to July. And this leave may be granted to the teacher by the head teacher. Now, this type of leave may be granted to a teacher by the head teacher, which means that from September to July, a teacher may be entitled for a sick leave 3 times for that year. Next, we will look at the urgent private affair. We know this as the UPA. Now, this type of leave may be granted on full pay to the teacher by the head teacher in case there is an emergency, a sudden emergency, for any period not exceeding 2 days at a time, or for not more than 7 school days, or we say not more than 14 sessions for the school year. Now, again, this type of leave, the UPA, it may be granted to a teacher. If there is a case that 2 or more teachers are absent for the day in school, if they are also on UPA and there are only 3 teachers in the school, it means that 1 teacher may not be given the UPA even though he or she may apply for it. This is because of the emergency or the importance or the availability that is of teachers in school. So that's why we consider it a concession, because although that teachers may be entitled for this leave, there are cases where this leave may not be granted depending on the school's situation. Another leave that we can talk about is called a special leave or a no pay leave. Now, teachers may be granted this leave with or without pay for any reasonable cause. However, in each of these cases, it is considered a merit. Next, we look at leaves that teachers are entitled to. One of such is the weekly council leave. Now, a teacher is entitled for his or her weekly council leave of 1 month, that is 30 days, after serving in the profession for 4 years. So once a teacher has covered 4 years of service, he or she is entitled to 1 month of weekly council leave. We would also like to discuss about study leave. Now, this is a leave that the teacher is entitled to. So, a teacher is entitled to study leave, which is granted with or without pay as well. This leave is especially for teachers attending CPC or UG. So, teachers attending CPC and UG are entitled for a study leave, and these days, once a teacher applying for study leave who is going to CPC and UG will get pay. There are cases wherever teachers can apply for study leave and be entitled to it, but without pay. And this is teachers, for example, who are furthering their study in a different field, which does not have any benefit to the school. So the teacher is entitled to the leave, but the teacher will not get pay for that leave. We can also discuss about the scholarship to study leave. This is where teachers who are awarded scholarship, they can be entitled to this leave. So even though these leave are given to us, they may not be granted to us whenever we feel like. So oftentimes we confuse ourselves when it comes to leave entitlement and concessions. So some of these leaves may or may not be granted to us.